Have won their third straight game, and this is Htown Wheelhouse with Locked on Astros. Justin Verlander came in today, and it was a pitcher's duel. Martin Perez took a perfect game into the seventh inning. Justin Verlander had a no-hitter there for a few innings, and he did phenomenal. Our ace is back. Justin Verlander is absolutely shoving on the mound today. He should be 3-4-0 right now, but it's okay. Justin Verlander's looking great. Kyle Tucker came in for his first career pinch hit home run. We're going to talk about this, the pitches he used, and what to look forward to in the coming series. So let's go.
Hello and welcome to Locked on Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chansey.
We are Locked on Houston Astros, and we are your daily Astros podcast. I'm Htown Wheelhouse. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Htown Wheelhouse. You can find me at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. Eric Heisman is not with me tonight, but that's okay. You can find him at Eric Talks Stros, and you can find the show at Locked on Astros on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Remember, we are your team every day, and we want you to make us your first listen. We want you to get in the car, go to work, put in the Locked On Astros. Tell your smart device to play the podcast Locked On Astros. We are your team every day. And remember, we've got great coverage across our network right now as we speak. They're doing a live NFL draft on YouTube, a show. Even if you don't catch it live because you're watching us here, you can go back and watch the replay and see who picks what and who goes where from college. So today's game, the player of the game, I put a poll out there. Who should be player of the game? And my options were as they read here. Should it be Justin Verlander, who had 7 innings pitched, 1 run, 3 hits, 8 Ks? Should it be Kyle Tucker, who got the pinch hit home run, or Jazzy Fizz to break up the perfect game? And by an overwhelming response, we have JV as the winner of player of the game. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I believe that Justin Verlander pitched his tail end off. I was so excited to see it. He just looks like he's back to form. I mean, this guy right here does phenomenal things. And I don't know if you realize this about Justin Verlander. I've been looking up his stats today and checking out his track record with the Astros. And it's something that's actually quite unbelievable when you start looking at it. Coming into today, he had 3,033 strikeouts, okay, for his career. He missed the 2 seasons because of the Tommy John. And prior to that injury, if you take his Tigers and Astros season of 2017, you take 2018, 2019, he actually struck out 809 batters. When you average that out, that's 269 batters per season. If he would have stayed healthy, he would have been right behind Gaylord Perry in 9th all time with 3,534 strikeouts. So after tonight's game, he's at 3,041. He is behind Max Scherzer by about 11 strikeouts. The next one after that, I believe, is John Smoltz. He's about 75 strikeouts away. I think he passes up Smoltzy pretty easily this season. But, man, our ace looks great. He dealt, and it was a pitcher's duel. And it was another game where the offense did not show up for Justin Verlander until the bitter end. They got the 1 run, but, let's look at Justin Verlander's strikeouts. He had a strikeout in the 1st inning, in the 2nd inning, 3rd inning, and 4th. He had 2 strikeouts in the 5th, and his final strikeout was in the 7th. But what did he strike people out on? What did he throw to get them out? He wasn't just humming 96, 97 mile an hour fastballs. He threw his first strikeout was Cole Calhoun, got him with the slider. He got Garver with a slider for his second strikeout. And they were both swinging strikes, okay? The next two strikeouts were looking. He got Lowe on a four-seam fastball, and he got Calhoun on a curveball looking. His next two batters, Garver again and Garcia, both on curves, both swinging. So at this point, four of his, one, two, three, four of his first six strikeouts, okay, are swinging strikeouts. He got Calhoun looking, and he got Simeon looking as well. He got on his 8 strikeouts, he had 4 looking, he had 4 swinging strikeouts. It was phenomenal. It was great to see. And it was great to see that no hitter, that perfect game, get broken up. It seems like everybody was trying to jinx the perfect game. People were tweeting out a lot about it. I heard a call from the Rangers announcer. He's doing something special. I know Locked On Rangers Bryce was like, if you're not watching the Rangers game, you need to. Something is happening really cool. So he was trying heavily not to jinx it. But when you have a game like this, where the offenses are throwing up zeros, the pitchers are throwing smoke, you've got to break the ice somewhere. And Chas McCormick, say what you want to about him, he is in this merry-go-round platoon of a center field. He played right field and then center field a little bit. He was 1 for 4 today, but he's batting .278 in the leadoff spot. He didn't do a bad job. Jose Siri had 2 at bats. He had 1 strikeout. He had a grounder that he almost legged out. Barely was called out. I mean, his foot hit the bag right after or right as the ball hit the back of the glove of the Rangers first baseman, so he didn't allow him to get a hit. So you have McCormick with the lone hit. Then who comes up? Yordan Alvarez is up. And Yordan Alvarez, what does he do? He had grounded out into the shift his first 2 at bats. He comes up, his third at bat, and he hits a ball to left field, scores McCormick. They're up 1-0. And then the lone, one of the few mistakes on the evening was when Justin Verlander gave up that solo shot to the Texas Rangers, Corey Seager. And so I'm sorry, Corey Seager was, it's been a long day. Corey Seager was in the 9th inning. The actual run, you had bases loaded. You had 1 out. Adolis Garcia hits a deep fly ball into center field. Siri throws the ball in, no chance of getting Seager. Seager scores. So Seager scored the tying run. Then Seager hit the home run that helped them get closer in the end when it was 3-1. So the Rangers make it close, 3-2 ball game in the 9th inning, but the Astros walk away victorious. Number 1, they walk away victorious. Number 2, they walk away with a 3 out of 4 game, taking the series from a team they should beat. And guess what? They're going to Toronto, but Jose Altuve won't be with them. He was running today. He said he feels like he can play. He's going to Oklahoma City. He's going to play a couple games with the Space Cowboys, and he should be activated Monday. I believe that means that they'll send J.J. Matijevic back Monday when they get back in town. He'll just drive 20 minutes down the road to Sugar Land, and so it's so nice to have that AAA team right there in town so they can just make that trip right over there. Chaz leading off, I think Chaz is a good leadoff hitter. I think if he's making contact and seeing pitches well, there's no reason why he shouldn't be leading off. I really think that you have got to be concerned about Jose Siri. He really hasn't had a feel for the bat. He really hasn't been able to get a feel for what he's doing at the plate. And you like his electricity, you like his energy, but he is very famine or feast. That was a big knock on him before he got pulled up. That was, I think, a lot of reason why people overlooked him was his bat. His glove's always been desired. Back in 2021, I've talked about it before. The Astros scouting department thought that they had found an elite outfielder in this guy, and so they were going to work that. So it was great to see the Astros win a close game. And yes, the offense didn't perform the way they should. Yes, the Astros should be scoring 9-10 runs against the Rangers. But the bottom line is this. They need wins right now. They've got 3 in a row. They're over 500. They're 10-9. They moved up to third place. And like I've said all day, The Angels and Mariners need to really enjoy being in first place right now because it's not going to last long. The Angels may have a little more staying power than I thought. Their relief pitching is top notch, but their starting pitching is what's suspect. And so when that starting pitching is suspect, if you've got to wait to get to your bullpen, if you play a team like the Astros and Kyle Tucker's hot and Yordan Alvarez is hitting, and all these Astros are starting to get hits here and there, then it only means that this team is going to absolutely mash when they get up against these other teams. The Mariners are good. The Angels are good this year. It makes for a more fun, more competitive series. But let me tell you what makes my day fun and enjoyable, especially when I have the tough days or I just feel like I don't have enough energy to get through the day. I go to Built Bar. Built Bar is the best tasting protein bar in the land. They're healthy, they're delicious. No more sacrificing delicious food for health. With Built Bar, you can have both. All Built Bars and Built Puffs are covered in 100% real chocolate. That means that with Built Bar, you can eat healthy and actually enjoy doing it. Have you tried the Built Puffs? I know I have. They're amazing. They have banana cream pie and even churro. That's right. A Built Bar protein bar that tastes like a churro. It's amazing. And only 140 calories. Sign me up. If that's not enough for flavor for you, you might want to try the mixed box. The mixed box comes with 12 flavors of bars and puffs. Built Bar makes sure that there's something for everyone. Most Built Bars have 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, and 17 grams of protein. Compare that to a candy bar, which is usually has around 240 calories, and that's not good. So this is what you do. You go to built.com and use a promo code LOCK15 to get 15% off your order. You go to built.com and use a promo code LOCK15 and go to built.com using that promo code. Tell them that Htown Wheelhouse sent you, the best bar in the biz. And we want you to know that Mother's Day is around the corner. And if you want to get your mother something special, you need to check out Blue Nile. Blue Nile is the place to go if you're looking for a statement piece, if you're looking for something to wow your mom, an elegant tennis bracelet, fine jewelry that you can shop at pretty much any price point. Look for fine jewelry. And once you choose, you can go online, you can chat with them, you can talk to them about the budget you have and the gift that would be perfect for your mother. Make it something special, something that endures, something that she will cherish forever. Celebrating the special women in your life on BlueNile.com can be easily navigated. Thousands of fine jewelry options. So this is what you do. This Mother's Day, give mom something she'll treasure forever with fine jewelry from BlueNile.com. And Locked On Astros listeners get $50 off $500 spent. This podcast exclusive is only good through Mother's Day, so act now. Use code Locked On. That's code Locked On. Plus, every order is insured, ships free, and arrives in discreet packaging, so it won't give away the great prize that you got your mother for all the sacrifices she's made for you. So celebrate moms. Make it special. Go to BlueNile.com today. All right. So we have a team that is chock full of talent. We have a team that has high expectations. We have a team that has a ton of playoff experience. We have a team that at the end of the day, I would put up against any other major league team and say, let's go compete. But one of the things that we have got to remember is the April month, for some reason for this team, has been historically bad offensively. I think part of the reason, and I don't have a baseball with me, I had my mind to get a baseball. I think part of the reason the Astros runs are down in the league, across the league, the runs are down is because of this anomaly of what baseball is being used. The size of the baseballs, the grip of the baseballs, the ability for the pitchers to spin them. Pitchers are getting hit at an alarming rate, right? I mean, pitchers are hitting batters at an alarming rate. I mean, we got teams and brawls happening. The pitchers aren't happy about it. The batters aren't happy about it. Major League Baseball makes them. They own the company that makes them. And they even admitted last year to using 2 different kind of baseballs. Runs are down a whole half run per game across the league. I attribute that to the baseball. Now you say, well, but H-Town, other teams are scoring 10 runs and 9 runs, and the Dodgers have 44 plus runs right now, and so do the Giants. Well, I understand that. But That's got to play a factor somewhere. And this team just historically is bad in April. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know why. They just are historically bad. And we can't use other things as excuses, but everything is a factor with baseball. Everything. And with baseball being the mental game that it is, it may just be, heck, it's April, guys. We kind of tend to suck in April. um, but I don't think that's it. I think they absolutely are convinced that they're better than what they are. What I like about this team is they don't ever give up. I mean, Justin Verlander's back. How can you give up then? You know McCullers is coming back. The blessing and the tough part about McCullers being out is that he's not using his arm right now at all. He'll be fresh and ready to go and ready for a playoff run. Hunter Brown, will he come up and help? Josh James is absolutely killing it right now in AAA. Will he come up? Rafael Montero today gave up his first run of the year, and it was a solo shot to Corey Seager. Man, that was a shot. I thought Chas McCormick almost had that ball. And don't you think it's funny that 2 or 3 balls that were hit tonight by the Rangers would have been home runs in like 20 other parks? This is an absolute black hole of an outfield for baseballs. Not only did the Rangers build a stadium that looks like a tough shit warehouse, or a barbecue pit, they built a stadium that their baseballs don't even fly out of. I find that kind of odd. I mean, it is not a hitter's park. It may be Mimic Made Park 2.0, but we kind of have the advantage. We like the short porch. It does bite us in the butt every once in a while, but we love the Crawford boxes. We love the long ball, but that ball plays so deep. And it seems like it goes on forever and ever and ever. So let's look at this. 3 games, 3 wins. Jake Odorizzi, Christian Javier, Justin Verlander. If you were to throw in Framber Valdez's name out of those 4 games, guess which game I picked the Astros to lose? I picked them to win 3 out of 4. I picked them to lose the Jake Odorizzi game. And they didn't. Jake Odorizzi went out, and I guess he got his inner a-hole, he said, and he went out there and pitched. Now, I don't know if I'm a big fan of his attitude and the way he approaches it, but whatever gets wins, whatever gets this team across the finish line, do you. You do what you got to do, whatever motivates you. I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. Regardless if this team gets 3 hits or 2 hits, this team's still exciting. So Dusty Baker, he sits Kyle Tucker, and everybody's freaking out. Oh, why is Kyle Tucker hitting? He's your hottest hitter. I knew he was going to sit today. But he comes in and pinch hits. And I was watching some interviews after the game, and Kyle Tucker, Brian McTaggart told him, he's like, how do you prepare for that at bat? You never had a pinch hit home run. What do you do? He said, well, you know that you're not in the game. You've played every game. And so each time y'all come into bat, you go ahead and maybe you go down once the guys are on the field. You go in the cages, take some swings, you stay loose. He said, you just got to stay mentally prepared the entire game so that when you do get the call that you go. And what did he do? He took a first pitch. He took the very first pitch out of the park. He didn't wait. He was ready to hit. He saw what he wanted. It was an 80 mile an hour. I think it was a curveball or a slider. It was a junk pitch. And he absolutely crushed that ball. It was a mammoth shot. Justin Verlander was elated because Justin Verlander goes, here's another start wasted. I get 1 run. I go off the mound. I pitch superb, and I don't get the win. And now Justin Verlander is sitting on the year, 2-1. He really should be 4-0 right now. This guy pitched 92 pitches today, and he said he would like to get to the point to where he was throwing 105 to 110 pitches, but he does not want to rush it. He said there's no need to rush it. There's no need to hurt things. So let's look back on his starts. 5 innings for his first start. 1 home run, 7 strikeouts. Second start, the first one was at LA. He got the loss. The second start, Seattle, 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 hit batter, no home runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts. He had 3 walks in his first start. So he's 1-1. His second start, he gets a no decision, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs, 1 walk, but 5 strikeouts. Then on the 28th, today, he goes 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, and no walks. He has only thrown 4 walks this year in the games that he's pitched. In 26 innings, he has 4 walks. It is amazing. Mr. Rashad is asking, when is Presley expected to play again? They have not given us a time. I'll go back and see if the Astros injuries have been updated. But last time I checked, there wasn't an update report. But let me see if I can find and see what it says about Presley. Maybe they changed it. Ryan Presley, it just says 10-day IL, and it's dated 4/16, and we are more than 10 days out of that. So I don't have a list right now of where he's at. I know Jose Altuve is expected to return on Monday. Like I said, he is going to Oklahoma City to meet up with the Space Cowboys. Let's see right here. He's expected to be out until at least May 5th. So Ryan Presley is expected to be out until May 5th. Jose Altuve, May 2nd, which is Monday. And I think what they want him to do is they want him to return home in his first game back to be at home against Seattle. There's no need to send him to Oklahoma City, then have him fly up to Toronto. That would just be too much back and forth. No need on doing that. But let me tell you, if you like the team, if you like the guy that your team drafted in the NFL and you think that your team's going to go to the Super Bowl, why don't you go to betonline.net right now? They're your number one source for all your betting stats and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, league reviews, and news, including this year's basketball playoffs and the start of the Major League Baseball season. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sport wagering information, from live betting to playoffs, esports, and more. UFC, whatever you want to do, your favorite Vegas casino games, head to the website today or use your mobile device and learn more about the trends in action. Remember, BetOnline, it's where the game starts. So we got this series out of the way. We won, it was successful. We took 3 out of 4 from the Rangers. So let's look ahead to the Houston Astros and who they're going to be squaring off against when they get to Toronto. On Friday evening's game is a 7:07 Eastern Standard Time start. So it is Jose Urquidy versus Kikuchi. And it looks like here that we've got some guys that have had some pretty good success against Urquidy. Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., George Springer, and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. have had marginal success against him. Against Kikuchi, we got guys all over the place. Nico Goodrum is batting .429 against him. Expect him to get some games started. I know a lot of people don't like him. Chas McCormick, .365. Alex Bregman, .353. So this team has some success against him. So we have Jose Urquidy going against Kikuchi on Friday. On Saturday, which is a day game, we have Luis Garcia going against Jose Berrios. Berrios is 1-0 this year with 15 Ks. Luis Garcia is 1-0 with 14 Ks. Garcia has the 4.60 ERA, and Berrios has a 4.91 ERA. The Astros batters have quite a bit of success against him. 4 batters have over 300 average against Garcia. They've seen him this year, so we'll see how that goes. And then you have your Sunday game to wrap up the series on May 1st, Framber Valdez versus Kevin Gausman. Kevin Gausman has been very successful against the Astros. It looks like the highest batting average against him is Yuli Gurriel at .333. You only have 3 batters that have over 300 average against Valdez. That's Tapia, Guerrero Jr., who doesn't he have a high batting average against, and Bo Bichette. So we've got some guys going on the mound, and we've got some guys shoving that I think that we have a very good chance to win this game. We've got to win the game early because we don't want to worry about Romano again. I know Pena got the walk-off. I know that Pena owned Romero, but since then, He's been nails. This guy is a very good closer. He's got a lot of confidence. So you don't want to get into a close game where you have to depend on defeating the Blue Jays closer. They've got George Springer. Hey, milestone highlight. George Springer hit his 200th home run this week. He hit his 200th home run. He actually got it back. I think it went to the stands. He got the ball back, but he's at home run number 200. Gosh, I was looking at milestones today. Our Pujols is climbing the charts. Pujols is close to Barry Bonds. I mean, this guy, and then Miguel Cabrera could move up a few spots. And I didn't realize that Derek Jeter was top 10 in all-time hits. I didn't realize how high he was on the chart. Y'all should go look at these MLB milestone charts and who's chasing and who's going after certain wins. Justin Verlander's up top 100 in most categories, first ballot Hall of Famer. But man, what a relief it is to see Justin Verlander doing what no other pitcher has done. The oldest pitcher to come back from Tommy John, probably the most successful pitcher to come back from Tommy John at this age of all time. I don't even know if anyone 34 to 39 have come back from Tommy John and done what he's doing on the bump. Absolutely shoving. So this team is doing what it is expected to do. And Kyle Tucker, I think some people misunderstood our characterization of Kyle Tucker, or maybe they thought we were mischaracterizing Kyle Tucker. Let me explain to you what this kid is doing right now. He has right now an expected batting average of 313. Okay. His current batting average is 191. And so the closer those two get together, the higher his actual average gets. He's making great contact. His expected slugging percentage is 620, top 7% of the league. His ex Wobacon is 500, which is top percent in the league. And so he's really one of the best hitters, guys. This guy has got an average exit velocity of 52, a max exit velocity of an 86 rating, which is elite. Ex Woba 80, expected batting average 88, expected slugging percentage 93. He is the top in all these categories. And he may only have 3 home runs, but it feels like he has 30 home runs because when he gets in there, he's making his at-bats count. So Tucker is continuing to climb the charts. And like Justin Verlander said, they asked Justin Verlander after the game, what do you think about Kyle Tucker getting in there? Did you expect that from him? He said, of course. He said Kyle Tucker is one of the best hitters in the game. Kyle Tucker knows how to hit the ball. He knows where to hit the ball. And it's like he knows what pitch is coming. And it was so sweet to see Justin Verlander celebrating. Now he didn't celebrate the way he did when Toro made that catch and he got that no hitter, but it was almost the same thing. And so I really, really love that the Houston Astros are starting to get back on the winning side. There's still a lot to be desired with the offense. They are still -8 runs, I believe, in the run differential. They need to fix that, and they will. So this is what I'm going to wrap the show up on. The Houston Astros are going up. They're over 500. I really doubt that they dip back below 500 the rest of the year. I would be shocked if they did. I think they start winning more games than they lose, and a 2 out of every 3 rate, 3 out of every 4 rate here for the next few series, and they get something going. As long as the bullpen and as long as the starting pitchers continue to hold it together, the bats are going to eventually come around, and the bats are gaining confidence. And the defense behind the pitchers is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Jose Siri made a great throw today, barely missed the runner, but Alex Bregman looks true to form and just looks absolutely phenomenal. Yuli Gurriel scooping everything thrown to him, and I love watching this team play defense. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to Locked On Astros. We're going to call it a week this week, but dropping tomorrow, is our interview with Jonathan Sprinkle from the Corpus Christi Hooks. You'll want to tune in. We'll put the video up on YouTube tomorrow night. It will hit the airways probably sometime around noon. So go give that a listen. Give John Sprinkle some support. He's a great kid. We had an amazing conversation. We talked about the highs and lows of pitching, what it's like pitching in the minors, and just so many great things, inside information that you won't get from any other podcast. Remember to make us your first listen every day, and remember to check out Locked On MLB and Locked On Now. Locked On Now covers all the sports. They'll cover the draft, they'll cover the NBA, they'll cover everything. But make sure that you make us your first listen, then make Locked On MLB your second listen. Paul Francis Solon, please call him Soli, brings you his unique perspective on major leagues, past and present. It's free and available wherever you get your podcast. For myself, Eric the Man Heisman, who isn't here tonight, and the Locked On Astros Nation, we bid adieu and good night. And don't forget to sign up online on Twitter. You can win 2 club tickets to Monday night's game, U-League Uriel ring giveaway. Hit us up on Twitter or even on Instagram if you're not on Twitter. Hit us a DM and we'll throw your name in the hat. Go Stros.